Good evening. I should turn on my mic. Good evening. It is time for the Community Development Committee meeting, January 3rd, 2021. The time is right now 6:15. Roll call, please.
Chairman Rivera.
Present.
Alderman Moisio.
Here.
Alderman Florian.
Here.
Alderman Hayes.
Here.
Alderman Turner.
Here.
Thank you. Next item, a motion to approve the minutes of the Community Development Committee meeting of Monday, December the 6th, 2021. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Florian, seconded by Alderman Turner. Roll call, please. Or, I'm sorry, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Okay, now we have audience time. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak regarding any issues that are on our Community Development Committee meeting? Okay, if not, we will move along to old business. Old business, there being none, we will move along to new business. New business, the first item is item A, zoning calendar number 2643, preliminary and final plat of Belvedere Liberty Consolidation of 402 and 404 Liberty Street and 417 Belvedere Road. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Seconded.
Okay, motion by Alderman Florian, seconded by Alderman Hayes. Are there any questions regarding this item? May I have a roll call, please?
Alderman Turner.
Aye.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Alderman Hayes.
Aye.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Chairman Rivera.
Aye. Okay, thank you very much. The next item is item B. Sorry. Zoning calendar number 2644, conditional use permit for upscale body shop at 402 Liberty Street. This is pretty much basically the same thing as item A. So may I have a first and a second?
So moved.
First by Alderman
Second.
Florian, seconded by Alderman Turner. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Turner.
Aye.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Alderman Hayes.
Aye.
Alderman Moisio.
Aye.
Chairman Rivera.
Aye. Thank you. Item C, zoning calendar number 2645, conditional use permit for a recreational cannabis dispensing organization. May I have a first and a second, please?
So moved.
First by Alderman Moisio, seconded by Alderman Hayes. Any questions to the motion?
Me.
Yes, Alderman Florian.
Hi. So I was at the zoning board meeting where these gentlemen presented their plan, and I have some questions for them. So I don't know if I should ask them from the seat, if they got to come up to the microphone.
Are the petitioners present? Okay, if one of you may come up to the microphone, please.
No, not for this committee. You can lie if you want to.
Or all
We
three
won't
of you.
like it, but you can do it. Yeah, you won't be the first one. Good point. So I was at the zoning board meeting where you guys presented, and I have some concerns, one of which was the parking situation, which you discussed a little bit at that meeting. I have since gone out to the site. My office is close to where you're going to be. And I actually went in the smoothie shop and talked to them. And they don't seem to be concerned about the parking. They're excited about you coming. So I guess I'm going to relinquish any questions about the parking, although I think that you should be cognizant that there is another business there and that maybe there should be specific spaces designated for their customers and that somehow be enforced, because they've been there over a year. They deserve to be able to have their customers park somewhat close to their door. But one of the, and I don't remember which one of you it was, but the night you were here, one of you said you want all 3 spaces eventually. So that tells me you want to run that business out of there. And that really bothers me. I have run my own business for over 30 years. And at one point I was renting a space, and my landlord rented the space next door to a fingernail salon, and the smell was just awful, and it was just a horrible situation. And I eventually had to leave. I had a 5-year lease, and I left after 3 years because of it. And so it kind of bothers me that you're coming in with the intention of taking over the space of this other business. So can you please explain to me, why you're saying that publicly?
For the record, my name is Andrew Scott, here on behalf of the applicant, World of Weed, with the law offices of Dykema Gossett. I sincerely apologize if there was any misunderstanding, but that was never our intent.
One of you said it. As I said, I don't remember which one it was, but somebody said we'd like all 3 spaces.
We think we have approximately 4,600 square feet, which is the ideal size, particularly for this market. Honestly, I never said it. None of our team members ever said it. I'm not sure where the miscommunication occurred. We have no interest in taking that additional space. And, I think we had said before, we don't want to be negatively affect other tenants in the area. That's why we've already worked with the landlord. I mean, to your point about parking, we've already agreed we're going to pay for signage and designate space in front of the tropical smoothie for that, for that business. Mm-hmm. So we want to be a good neighbor. I mean, we talked about it, how when we come into a community, we're not just here to sort of take the money from citizens, and, we engage with the community, the people, the businesses. Never was our intent to, I don't know how that got miscommunicated, but that is absolutely not the intent.
Well, because we'll vote on this, in 2 weeks at the next city council meeting? Mm-hmm. So between now and then, I'm going to look up the video, and then I'll find exactly who it was that said it during that meeting, and then we can talk about it again in 2 weeks. Okay? Okay, thank you. And then for general purposes for the committee, I'd just like to reiterate my wish that we would designate the proceeds from cannabis to reparations for our community. I believe that this law was intended to address issues within the minority community, and I think these monies should be designated for that purpose. And so I'm just going to put that out there again. I've said that before, so I think that's all I have.
Thank you, Alderman. Any other questions?
I just had a quick comment or question for you. Thank you for being here tonight. I think one of the concerns, since you're a new entrant to the market in Waukegan, is security, making sure that the property is secure, making sure that traffic is organized. I can't guess on the volume of cars coming in or out. I've heard that it may be appointment only, but I think just from our perspective, we just want to make sure that you're not only being good neighbors to the people around you, but also to the community in Waukegan, and then just making sure that you're doing everything you can to secure the property, keep everybody safe, and run a very well-organized business. So that's just our ask that we want to put out there publicly. Once you get started, we'll obviously see how things develop, but I'm optimistic that it's going to go well. You guys are going to be very engaged in the business. You're going to be there on a daily basis, and you're going to make sure that you are running a very well-oiled shop, so to speak.
We appreciate the comment, and we think that everybody is going to be pleased once we open up and is going to see that it is, as you say, a well-oiled machine. We know what we're doing. We know how to manage traffic. Ed Farrell here with Silver Star Protection is head of security.
Okay.
Can answer any questions you might have, but I think the city is going to be very happy once we get up and running.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Any other questions? Okay, may I have a roll call, please?
Alderman Turner,
Aye.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Alderman Hayes,
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo,
Aye.
Chairman Rivera.
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you very much. Next item is item D. Motion to approve an ordinance creating a Class E liquor license for Jack's Pizza and Burger, 1000 North Green Bay Road. May I have a first and a second, please?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Alderman Turner, seconded by
I could second.
Alderman Hayes. Any questions, concerns?
I have several.
Alderman
about this.
Florian?
Yeah, I don't know if there's anybody here from,
Is there anybody here representing?
well, I would like this held over, since there's no one here to answer questions, until we get a little more information there. I have some questions about the lease. I have some questions about the hours. I just think I would like those questions answered before I vote on this.
All right. There's a motion to hold it over. Do we?
Aldermanic privilege, she can hold it over, that's fine.
All right, we'll hold it over then. Item D is being held over.
Thank you.
And I would note that the alderman has communicated to me some of the questions and answers, questions and concerns that she has, and we will review those with the licensing staff and make sure that the applicant provides at least answers to those specific ones.
Thank you.
I don't know if this is where we want to get into this, is when we set the, part of it might be the gaming machines, I don't know, but it just, I got a light bulb in my head now. We set the ordinance at 366 machines and 61 establishments, but as we've gone forward, we see that doesn't always jive. So which takes precedent, or is there a precedent? In other words, if we have 350 machines, but only have 357 establishments, or we have 60, you know what I'm saying? The math does not always jive on that, because not everybody has 6 machines.
Right. So I believe that the ordinance says you can have a maximum of 6 machines, and there are a maximum of 61 operator licenses.
Okay.
So the total number of permitted VGT terminals that you could actually have in the city is 366.
Correct.
You can still have 61 operators and be maxed out
Correct.
because not every operator is going to have 6 machines.
So it's the
And they're not transferable. Like
Right.
if only someone has one, they don't have like 5 credits that they can give to somebody
So
else.
the number of establishments would be
The limiting
precedent in
factor.
okay, because I've had a number of questions from people that have called me about gaming, and I said, well, I think we're at a max of our establishments. So I don't think you're going to have any luck with that, but I wanted to make sure.
We are and have been for a while
Okay.
at 61 operators. There were a few that were kind of pending due to COVID, but they had been, but they were up to date on their licensing, their liquor licensing, and now I believe that they are all either basically going to get their decals for this year. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and we are moving along to item number E. Motion to approve an ordinance creating a Class K1 liquor license for Community Action Partnership of Lake County, 202 North Genesee Street. May I have a first and a second?
I'll first.
First by Alderman Florian, seconded by Alderman Hayes. Is the petitioner here for this? Oh, okay. Are there any questions for the petitioner?
No, I have one for the attorney, though.
I have a question for the petitioner.
I'll apologize. My boss, Mary Lockyer White, our executive director and CEO, is ill.
Oh,
I'm here in her stead. But
okay.
filled all papers.
Okay, great. Well, the question that I,
What's her name?
oh, may I have your name, please?
Lisa Hayes. Sorry.
Into the mic, please.
Lisa Hayes.
Okay. The only question that I had is, I believe the license to operate indicates that you're open until 12 midnight. And then the liquor license indicates that it goes until 2 in the morning.
I believe that was addressing, wasn't it the holiday type dates? Because I think I'll have to look, let's see. 12 is our cutoff. That was the plan.
Okay,
Based on what all the businesses around the area,
okay,
they all close around that same time, so we just cut it off at that time.
okay.
So I need to see where we said 2. I'm wondering if it's the New Year's.
Well, I don't think you said 2. I believe that the license itself indicates that the establishment is going to be open until 2. And it was just a contradiction.
Okay, then that was a mistake.
And I just want to know, I just want to make it clear that if you're saying you're going to shut off at 12, it is at 12 o'clock. Only because I know how hard it is sometimes to stop events that are really going good.
Right, so, yes, I have here for, on the liquor license hours, we say Saturday through Sunday, 7 to 12 a.m.
Okay. Okay, perfect. That's the only question I had. Anyone else? Okay, roll call, please.
Is there a, maybe Stu can answer?
I think that, like she was saying, during the holiday, all the bars and things like that, they can request to go till 2 a.m.
Correct.
once a year. So I think that's probably what you're.
Okay.
That's what I was saying, that's probably what, where you saw 2.
Okay.
Because it was a separate page of where you asked to, if you can stay open.
All right, great. Thank you very much for clarifying that.
Are they gonna be running a bar or a nightclub, or, I thought it was a banquet hall?
It's a banquet hall.
I think K1 is a designation of a banquet hall, correct?
Yes.
Right. So, Stu, is there any restriction on distance limitation between that location and the library?
No.
No, no. So, and I would remind that CAP came in and does have a conditional use permit for this facility, which included a number of conditions, including that any police reports over the first year would need to be reported to the Planning and Zoning Board, that they would need to coordinate events over 100 people with the city to ensure that there's no conflict with like the Genesee Theater parking. There's a number of constraints on this property already. And the reason, there's no particular reason why this is coming in later. And in fact, I think that staff is trying to do a better job of bringing the zoning relief and the liquor licenses at the same time. So you can kind of see all of the restrictions and regulations at the same time. But this property is going to be constrained both from a zoning and from a licensing perspective.
Okay. Okay, great. Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman Turner,
Aye.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Alderman Hayes,
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo,
Aye.
Chairman Rivera.
Aye. Okay, motion passes. Next item, item F, motion to approve an ordinance creating a Class F-1 liquor license for Grand Avenue Mobile, 2107 West Grand Avenue. May I have a first and a second motion, please?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Alderman Turner, seconded by Alderman Florian. Any questions? Yes.
I have a question. Is that gas station back open yet?
I believe it is, and there is an ownership change, and that's why this is happening. Noel, do you have any other details?
I do know that a business license application came through for a new owner for opening it, that Planning and Zoning approved. I don't know where it is with building and fire yet for inspections, but there was an application for a new business license.
So they're trying to secure the license before they open
Correct.
to make sure they can get the license first?
I assume so.
Okay.
All right, any other questions?
I have a question. Are there any concerns about the owners of the establishment, whoever they are? Do they own other property in the city of Waukegan, or? Oh, you're already here. Okay, great. Do you own other property in the city of Waukegan, or have you had any? I'll allow you to introduce yourself, and then I'll ask you.
Aye.
My name is Emmanuel Joseph. This would be the first station I have in Waukegan,
Okay.
Illinois. I have other locations in the city of Chicago, but this would be the first one in the city of Waukegan. I did have one in Beach Park, which I sold about 1.5 years ago. I was there for 10 years, and this is my latest one in the suburb up north
Okay.
in Waukegan.
Okay.
Yes, first one. Have any questions?
I mean, have you had any issues at prior establishments with,
no, sir.
in terms
Not at
of alcohol-related crimes or anything?
Not at all.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
May I have a vote, please?
Alderman Turner,
Aye.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Alderman Hayes,
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo,
Aye.
Chairman Rivera.
Aye. Okay, motion passes. Next is number 5, reports and communications. There being none, we move to number 6, which is adjournment, and we will adjourn the meeting at 6:35. Thank you.
Sir, we need a motion and a second and a voice vote.
May I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
No.
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Moiseo, seconded by Alderman Florian. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you.